Tom Aspinall issued a concise response after a fan suggested that he should fight Alex Pereira next. The UK's Aspinall is the current interim UFC heavyweight champion, whereas Brazil's Pereira is a former UFC middleweight champion and the reigning UFC light heavyweight champion. In the co-headlining matchup of UFC 295 in November 2023, Aspinall defeated Sergei Pavlovich via first-round KO to capture the interim UFC heavyweight title. Besides, in the UFC 295 headlining fight, Pereira beat Yuri Prochazka by second-round TKO to win the UFC light heavyweight title. UFC CEO Dana White has consistently maintained that UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones, who's on an injury hiatus, is likely to face Stipe Miocic next. The consensus is that Aspinall would face the Jones-Miocic winner later in 2024. Therefore, the belief is that Aspinall might have to stay on the sidelines for several months. Besides, it's unclear as to whom Pereira will face in his next octagon outing. Presently, neither Aspinall nor Pereira's next matchups have been officially announced. Alex Pereira recently made a cryptic social media post, which led many in the MMA community to speculate that he might be eyeing the UFC heavyweight title next. Poten took to Instagram and wrote, "Fight fans reckon that Pereira hinted that he'll gain weight, move to the heavyweight division at UFC 300, and become the first fighter to win a UFC title in 3 weight classes." Fueling the rumors regarding the matchup, Tom Aspinall made a Christmas-themed social media post featuring an image from a UFC 295 press conference wherein he's seated alongside Pereira. An ex-user has now chimed in and tagged Aspinall in a tweet, indicating that he ought to fight Alex. The UK athlete replied to the tweet by implying that he's open to it. Aspinall wrote, "Late last month, Dana White appeared on the Full Send podcast and suggested that the organization is planning a super fight for UFC 300. When asked whether he sees any super fights materializing in the next year or two, White indicated that there is one in the works, which doesn't involve UFC megastar Conor McGregor." White said, "Check out White's comments below." MMA analyst Chael Sonnen recently opined that the super fight alluded to by Dana White could be a welterweight clash between UFC welterweight champion Leon Edwards and UFC lightweight kingpin Islam Makhachev. Nevertheless, the majority of MMA fans believe that a potential Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall super fight at heavyweight is more likely to take place at UFC 300 on April 13, 2024.